Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce, and if you're new here, welcome to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, wherever you might be watching. I am a travel agent with Marvelous Mouse Travels, which is an earmarked diamond level authorized Disney vacation planner. And we are here tonight to reveal the results of our final four round for our Marvelous Madness tournament, where you are voting along with us to choose the best on-site hotel at Walt Disney World. So I have tonight with me to help reveal this, my husband, Evan.
Good evening, everybody.
And he is going to walk us through the results of this last round of the bracket. So we have a couple of people that have already jumped on to say hi. Hey, Katie. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Katie.
Katie's a great friend and always super awesome to watch these with us, which that's always our favorite part of this. I think we say this every week, but it's always our favorite thing when you guys jump on and you are excited about this and you're talking about it with us. So, and then why don't you go ahead and bring up our bracket and we'll take a look at what we were voting on and then what the results of those votes were.
So in our final four, there were two deluxe level resorts. Those were the Polynesian and the Riviera. And then the other game was Port Orleans French Quarter, moderate level, against Art of Animation Value Resort. And so in the first matchup, Polynesian against Riviera. Personally, this was incredibly difficult for me to vote for. It was, either way. I mean, you can't go wrong either one. But the Polynesian won. And it had a pretty comfortable margin, 67% to 33%. And so I don't think that's a huge shocker by any means. Ginger, who did you vote for? I personally, so I went back and forth a lot. I finally landed on the Riviera because of the bathrooms and because it is a Skyliner ride to two different parks, which is pretty good. But that's, I mean, my goodness, I'd take a stay at either one of those.
Yeah, I really deliberated too. And I tried to step back and look at it as objectively as possible. And for transportation options, both of them have two different methods. Like at Riviera, you've got the Skyliner to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. At Polynesian, you have the monorail to the Magic Kingdom and to Epcot. So they both have good transportation options. They both have really great restaurants. They both have really beautiful rooms. I ended up voting for Riviera, and that was really, because it does offer, I guess it's more my vibe than the Polynesian is. I love the Polynesian, and like Evan, I would stay there anytime. But the Riviera is my personal preference just in terms of decor, and so that was why I went with it. But they're both amazing. They both have all kinds of different options for type, and Poly has those beautiful over the water bungalows too. So you really, it was like a win-win situation here. There wasn't any bad outcome to this particular race. They were both great choices.
Absolutely. And we'll see who they're going to be going up against here. We got Port Orleans French Quarter, so moderate level, against Art of Animation, a value resort. Now, here's the deal. This was, of the 3 years we've ever done this was, I think we could probably agree, the closest matchup we've ever had. It ended in a tie. Exact tie. So there's a group of people we went to, and if they hadn't voted yet, which some of them hadn't, we said, hey, would you vote on this? After that, it was still a tie. So then we went to another person who we knew was accustomed with both resorts. And we said, okay, what would you pick? And so that person got to be the deciding vote. And so Art of Animation won. And we put on here 51% to 49%, but quite honestly, it was probably like 50.0 or 50.4% to 49.6%. That was incredibly close. We've never had one that we had to have two different tiebreakers on. There was one, maybe two, when we did the restaurants where we had to have a tiebreaker, but there's never been one that we had to do two tiebreakers on. So that was pretty fascinating. And so now in this championship matchup, we've got a deluxe resort against probably the most Disney themed resort on property in Art of Animation. As we've mentioned multiple times, one thing that the Polynesian has going for it, freshly renovated rooms. These are Moana rooms here. Beautiful, renovated rooms. But Ginger mentioned it just a second ago. It's these bungalows, man. Like there's the castle in the background. I just pointed at it on my screen, like you can see what I'm like me pointing at it, but you can see it, just not me pointing. And then here's the interior of one of those bungalows. It's gonna be really tough for Art of Animation, in my opinion, to overcome that. But I mean, we knew we would get to that point. But I mean, Art of Animation, like I said, it is the most Disney themed restaurant on property. You've got huge, ginormous characters, and I mean, it is Disney. We've had a few comments come through. Kim said, "Hey, Kim, how's it going, Kim?" And Danielle said, "Hey, Danielle." And Laura said, "I just feel for Art of Animation at this point. I feel sorry for it." Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough for the Art of Animation to be going up against the Polynesian. Kim said the same thing, Polly, for sure.
Yeah. Well, when we started this, before we even had the first round of voting, as we were just going through the bracket and everything, and Evan, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I told Evan, I said, I think that Art of Animation could end up going all the way to the championship. Because I kind of thought that Art of Animation could bypass all of those moderates, because it is, like Evan said, it is the most Disney themed resort. But also, like, Art of Animation is it has tons of options, like you have standard rooms if that's what you want, but you also have those family suites, and we've stayed in those family suites a couple times, and it is such a comfortable way to vacation because you have 2 full bathrooms, you have a kitchenette, you have like separate sleeping spaces. So it really is great. You have really fun theming, like theming that's as cool as what you'll find in the parks in some ways. Like you go into that Cars section at Art of Animation and you feel like you are in a Cars movie. Like it is incredibly well themed. Same thing with the Lion King section and all of them really. But it is a great resort. And a lot of people who stay at Art of Animation are like Disney loyal people, like they're people who come back and stay there. Like I have one particular family. It's a large party. They travel to Disney World, every year, every couple of years. It's several rooms every time. And they always go back to Art of Animation year after year because they love it. And, it's become part of their family memories. So I think Art of Animation, I mean, if I'm just trying to forecast what's going to happen, I do think the Polynesian will win. Now it could, of course, surprise me. I do think the Polynesian will win, but I think that it could be somewhat close between these two. So I guess we'll see.
Well, and I think a big reason for why it might be close is the price. The Polynesian's expensive. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It's expensive, and when Ginger mentioned the family suites, and so when you look at this picture that's on the screen right now, you're actually looking at 3 different beds in this one photo, because the couch in the left side of the photo folds out into a bed. You see the bed in the bedroom there, and then you see the chairs in the foreground on the right. They're sitting at a table there. That table actually folds down as a Murphy bed as well, with storage up under it, which is pretty good. So you're actually seeing 3 different beds in this photo. There's a small kitchenette over to the left side of that couch. And there's a bathroom to our left in this photo as well. And then inside that bedroom on the right, there is another bathroom. So 3 beds, 2 baths. 3 beds, not bedrooms, but and then there's 2 bathrooms in there as well. So I mean, for price and the value, I mean, people might go with that, and I understand that.
Well, and here's the thing too, like our kids do not like to sleep in the same bed. We have a 10-year-old, almost 11, and a 7-year-old, and they do not like to share sleeping space.
Well, let's clarify.
Yeah.
the 10-year-old doesn't like to sleep in the same bed as the 7-year-old because she kicks him while they sleep. So that's why.
That's accurate. We can't really fault him for that. But, they love those family suites because they each get their own full size bed. Whereas, the deluxes are great too if you don't want to have to share a bed in your family of four. But one of them's going to be on a twin, because they have a day bed that'll fold down into a twin, which is great. I mean, our 7-year-old can definitely sleep comfortably on those twins. But then you're in the situation where they're arguing over who gets the queen and has to go to the twin. So in the family suite, it's nice because they both get a bed that's their own, that's the exact same size as the other bed. And so, makes things a little more peaceful.
Yeah, there's no arguing of his bed's bigger than mine or her bed's bigger. No, it's everybody's the same. We've had a few more comments. Hey, Carrie, it's good to see you. Well, virtually, but it's good to see you. Kim said, I do love Art of Animation, though. It's so cute and budget friendly. The family suites are great. Absolutely. Carrie said the Finding Nemo suites heart eye emoji. I would agree with that. We didn't say which one we voted for on this. I voted for Art of Animation because of the Skyliner, essentially, and the family suites, but primarily because of the Skyliner.
Yeah, I voted for Art of Animation for all the same reasons.
And then Laura said, I truly have always wanted to stay in a family suite. If I had all littles, they are the best theming. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The theming at the ones at Art of Animation, they are certainly the most Disney themed of any family suite on property. And Danielle said, the other thing about Art of Animation is that the Skyliner, there you go. Having the Skyliner, you're close to Caribbean Beach, which has Banana Cabana, a great little lounge if you're looking for something other than just the quick service options. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the Skyliner, it's a huge deal. It's hard to underestimate the convenience of the Skyliner until you stayed on a Skyliner resort, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I got to have this thing all the time.
Yeah, you don't even have to break your stroller down on the Skyliner, which that's true for the monorail as well. And it's another thing I love about the monorail. You don't have to break your stroller down, which doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It is a big deal because then you're sitting on the bus, like holding the stroller, like folded up, No, it's a big deal. You don't have to break that thing down. Laura said, love the Skyliner for sure. Absolutely. It's actually Ginger's mom's favorite ride in Disney World.
Yeah. She'd just go on that thing back and forth all day if she wanted to.
Danielle said, if the Skyliner was ever extended to Coronado, I would probably never say anywhere else. Yeah, well, Danielle's favorite restaurant I remember this from last year. Danielle's favorite restaurant on Disney property is at the Skyliner, or one of her favorite restaurants. And so, that's Coronado's awesome. I love Coronado. I still can't believe French Quarter beat it, but Coronado is amazing. And so, I voted. Did I say what I voted for between Art of Animation and French Quarter? Yeah. So French Quarter is one I voted for as well. No, wait, Art of Animation is one I voted for as well because of the Skyliner. Yeah, can't beat it. So Ginger, what's our game plan from this point? We have a championship matchup now. Oh, hey, Kim said, saying the Skyliner is our favorite. It's so fast and convenient. Absolutely, 100%. I need them to extend it to all resorts. I like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. So we're going to open the voting tonight at midnight, and it'll stay open for 24 hours like it has every other round. You can go to my Facebook or Instagram stories in order to vote. We're not actually going to go live again to reveal the results until Thursday night, though. Evan teaches a class on Wednesday nights, so it's not going to work for our schedule to be able to go live on Wednesday nights. But we're going to do it on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we will reveal probably Polynesian. I don't know. I guess we'll see which one comes out on top. I really think we have two great options here heading into this final round because the Polynesian is iconic Disney. It's one of the original resorts when, the Magic Kingdom opened back in 1971. It's got all that history. Like it's where we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's where, or a couple sessions ago. It's where the Beatles broke up. It's got Ohana. It's got that amazing themed pool. You can get a Dole Whip there. There's all kinds of things to love about Polynesian. It's got a great quick service in Captain Cook's. It's got Trader Sam's right there on site. You can literally see the castle from the resort grounds. You can stand on the beach and watch the fireworks. Like, so many things to love about the Polynesian, and it's a fantastic option. Art of Animation is also a fantastic option because it is so themed. It has those amazing family suites. It's on the Skyliner line. So I think it's really just going to come down to, are people voting for, that iconic stay, or are they voting for, I don't know. I guess really, are you looking at it like what my dream resort, or a little bit more pragmatically? So I don't know. I guess we'll see if people go with, which option they end up going with. But I really don't think that there is a bad choice between these two, because they're both fantastic options.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Michael said, I stand by my original statement. I think Michael said that the Polynesian was his favorite resort on property. I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, that is correct. And he speaks from experience because he's one of my clients. So he's
There you go.
experienced he's experienced the beauty of the Polynesian firsthand. And it is a wonderful choice. But Art of Animation, is a great one too. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and to see if it's close, or if we have an upset, or if it's, not even close at all. I guess we'll find out together on Thursday night. So thank you all so much for watching with us.
Can I ask one question before we end?
Of course.
And by the way, Michael, thank you for joining us. That's awesome. We appreciate you, man. Thursday night, can we go live at 8:30 instead of 9?
Sure.
Awesome. 8:30 Thursday night. Tennessee plays in the Sweet 16 at 9:00. So there you go. Laura said, "Go Big Orange." She typed that in before I even said that about the Sweet 16. She knew where I was going with that.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you what, babe. We can even go live at 8 if you'd rather do that.
8:30 is fine. I appreciate it. 8:30 will be fine. It won't start until.
Yeah.
I mean, they say 9:00. We all know it's not starting until 9:00. It'll be after that. So, but probably like 9:04 or something. It's always some funny time. So yeah, 8:30 on Thursday night. It's going to be great. We'll know the best Disney hotel as voted on by you in this Disney Hotel Marvelous Madness.
That's right. And, thank you again, all of you, for watching and for voting along with us, and all your comments and everything. That is definitely the most fun part of this. If you're into the actual March Madness, like I said last time, and you want to, particularly if you're following Tennessee's march through the madness, you can check out Evan's YouTube channel over at the Vol Bros, where he and his brother do all kinds of breakdowns of basketball, football, baseball, all the Tennessee things all the time.
We're going live at 9:30 tonight. In 11 minutes.
Yep. As soon as he and I wrap up here, he's just going to stay right in that chair and hop onto his next live stream. And so, but again, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate it. We hope you have a fantastic night, and we will see you again on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everybody.